Hi everyone. Those who don't know me, those who are not, those who are not in the founder batches and who don't come to Pitampura. Just introduction. I'm Manmohan Gupta. I'm one of the co-founders of Vidyamadhi classes, and I've been teaching from last 20 more than 20 years now. So I teach mathematics. So in this session, in this video, I want to talk about the upcoming exam on Sunday. That's IT mains exam, and which for which you have been preparing from last almost 2 years. So I would say more than 2 years. So though you have been spending time from last than 2 years, but the last few days are very important to give a finishing to your preparation, your mental and physical health. So all these things are important. So what in this video I want to talk about, how and what you should be doing in last 4 days left, assuming today is, assuming you watch this video now, this it's this Wednesday, so you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and part of the Wednesday. So so this is, first of all, I'll talk about the pattern of the mathematics exam. So some of you who have already attended my like the past year paper discussion classes, they would know about this pattern, but I know that not everyone has gone through those videos. So I'll repeat. There's a I'll repeat about the pattern of the exam. And there's an interesting thing is, from last 4 years or maybe more than that, there is a repetitive set of pattern in the exam, and we can, based on that, we can guess what kind of and questions and what level of questions we're going to get on Sunday. So just to give you an idea, this is, if you look at this data. So, and I have it from last 4 years, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and you can see that um, the kind of questions that come in exam. So functions is always, you can see either there is a zero question or one question. From differential calculus 1, we have always two questions in all these 4 years. Differential calculus 2, we have two questions in all these 4 years. Integral calculus 1 question, IC2 two questions, and differential equation 1 question. So now you get a idea that on Sunday you're going to face 8 or 9 questions based on differential calculus, then the division is also there. And then we have a coordinate geometry, 5 questions throughout in last 4 years, and one, two on straight line, or one on straight line, one or two on circles, and two on conic. That's a definite pattern. And in algebra, the quadratic equation, so general equation, 1 question, progression, 2 questions, binomial, 1 question, complex, 1 question, matrices determinant, 2 questions. Right. So based on this, you can decide if there is something to be revised, in next 3 4 days. So you can do that. Vector 3D and vectors, like 3 questions, one on vectors and two on 3D. So 3D is more important than the whole vectors topic, and vectors, is difficult. So that way, if you have not, it's considering the limited time, if you not spend much time on vectors before, don't try to do that. And the one question on probability, and one on permutation combination, and then one on stats. These are the additional topics, which are not there in advanced syllabus. So one on stats, one on mathematical reasoning, and one on Saturn relationship, and two on trigonometry. So that's how the 30 questions in 1 hour, or whatever time you spend on mathematics is to be done, is to be divided, right? So this is, and on the basis of that, you can decide, if what you need to revise in the remaining days. So now, in the next part, I'll talk about what you have to do in the remaining days. So in the remaining days, the most important thing is you have to be relaxed mentally and physically. Mentally, when we say, you cannot stress out your mind, you have to keep it fresh for Sunday. And physically, means that you cannot go and do gymming, you cannot go for running. Little bit of walk is fine, but you don't have to stress your body, you don't have to physically stress yourself, because if you get physically stressed, you're definitely, your mind will also get stressed out, and you will not be able to spend some of the time you have to spend to revise the last few days stuff. So don't physically stressed out, don't mentally stressed out. You have to keep your mind relaxed and strong for Sunday. So what you can do in the remaining days, which I think is very important, you have to attend papers. Some of the papers you are doing through VMC, so you can do that, but try to attempt at least 5 to 6 papers. So most of the time, if you go in attending the papers, it's like you're practicing yourself for the final day, as if athletes, they go and run and just warm up their body so that they can participate well in the tournament. So that's why you have to that kind of level of concentration which has to be there for continuously for 3 hours. You have to build that, and that can only be done if you do time bound testing. So attempt like four paper, six paper, eight paper, as much as you can in the remaining days. But at the same time, you have to revise formulas also, because most of the questions are based on formulas. So in mathematics, not in every topic, but some topics you have formulas. For example, in conic section, you need to learn formulas. In trigonometry, you need to learn formulas. So wherever, like, I don't know whether you have a list or not, but in your notes copy, in at the end of every module, there are formulas. So you have to revise them. Revise marked questions. Sometimes you mark a question, and that needs to be revision, and that needs to be revised, and especially the preparation you have done, or questions you have attempted in last few months, so you can orally revise them. That's something you can do. And can do short topics, some of the topics like mathematical reasoning, or relationship, or like something um mm, like not topics like calculus. Whole calculus is big, for example differential equation. So some of the topics which are short, which you have not done before, you can try to do that in the remaining time. For example, differential equation, there is always a similar and typical kind of question. That's a question based on linear differential equation. So you can spend some time to do linear differential equation if you have not done them before. So that's all you can do. I don't mean to say that you have to do everything, but this is something you can choose from, to how to spend your next 3 4 days. The whatever time you have for mathematics or physics or chemistry, this is how you can divide. And then I took classes to discuss past year exams. Like, I discussed paper on 13, 14, 15, 16. I discussed a couple of online papers. I would highly recommend, if you've not done that, at least see the last year and last to last year paper, because there's a set style and pattern in all these 4 years. So if you have attempted the last 2 years paper yourself, you even if you attended the classes, you have to do it yourself. That feeling, the pre-exam feeling will come into you if you do that paper time bound. So what is important in the remaining days? This is you have to seriously follow this. That's You have to, I told already told you, you have to mentally and physically relax yourself. Don't stress out your mind. And how is this possible? You know, I'll come to that. You have to adjust your biological clock. That's again something you have to strictly do it. It means that first of all, your sleeping time and get up time. Some of you would have habit of sleeping late, say 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, and get up like 11 a.m. in the morning. So that's not going to work. If exam time, I think it's a 9 a.m. in the morning, so whatever is the time, you have to be ready and alert at that time. So it means that if you have to have a decent sleep also, right? At least try to sleep 8 to 9 hours, though it's difficult. But if you try for 8 hours or 9 hours sleep, you can get like 6 7 hours sleep. So you have to sleep on time and get up on time. So ideal time is maybe 9 o'clock. You start at 9 o'clock, you try to sleep at 9 o'clock. By 10 or 11 you will be able to sleep, and then get up around 6:30 or 7, the time at the time when you will be getting up on Sunday. So you have to match that time. And then one is a sleep and get up time. At the time is like, if from 9 to 12, you have, during these 3 hours you have to appear in the exam. So during these 3 hours, in next 3 days, you have to do something which involve very strongly involve your mind. Maybe you can do a test paper, or whatever question you are solving. You have to be at your best in using your brain, because if you do it continuously for next 3 4 days, you'll get used to of doing that in exam. कि 9 से 12 तक आपने हाई एंड कंसंट्रेशन से अपने ब्रेन यूज़ करना, पढ़ाई करनी है. एंड आई वुड सजेस्ट दैट इफ़ यू कैन डू एन एग्जाम, इफ़ यू कैन गिव एन एग्जाम ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम, so just matching the same the clock time, because it makes a huge difference, though you don't realize it. But the clock thing, it makes a difference. If you're not fresh in the morning every day, you will not be fresh in the morning on Sunday. If you're best in using your brain at between 10 to 12, then definitely on Sunday also your brain will active best at between 10 to 12. So that's how you have to adjust your body. And then speak and think less. So you have to build and conserve your mental energy. And one way you can do it is to speak less and think less. So there is no need to talk much. Don't talk to your friends much unless you want, to relax yourself, and talking is your relaxation. The way, if you talk to people, you get relaxed. Otherwise, don't talk rubbish in the remaining days. Even don't need to talk to your parents. If you need something, you can ask for, but don't get into yourself into unnecessary conversation. And at the same time, thinking is also important. If you're not speaking but thinking, it's the same thing. So you have to control your thoughts. I know it's very difficult, but if some thought is coming into your mind which has nothing to do with your preparation, with your exam, just try to move away from it. It will come, but don't get carried away. अच्छा ये तो काम की just अच्छा, I'm thinking useless, I'm thinking weird, this is not important. So just if you try to do it for few hours, then you'll get used to of doing that. If you do that, if you use your brain less in all these useless things, it conserves the mental energy, and that can be used to perform better on Sunday exam. And then be confident. This is something again which is very difficult to follow, but very easy to say. But you have been doing preparation from last 2 years. You have done a lot, and I can tell you again, you have done a lot. The kind of paper mains is, the concepts that are involved, it's not that very difficult. Generally question level varies from easy to medium, and you have done very well, with that level. You have done questions, the kind of questions the come exam, you are well prepared. So be confident, because when you're not confident, you're not able to use your brain, not able to think deep. कि अगर आपको घबराहट हो रही है, लग रहा है कि अगर अच्छा कि वो टॉपिक मैंने वीक है मेरा, अगर उसका क्वेश्चन आ गया तो क्या हो गया. दैट्स हाउ यू मेक योर सेल्फ अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट. व्हाट विल हैपन, if I get anxious in exam, so what if, don't do the what if scenarios. If you do that, you're making yourself underconfident. So just this thought keep circulating this thought in mind, that my preparation is well. I'm confident I'll do well in exam. Everything will go well. So these positive thoughts will definitely help you during last 4 days. So be positive. This is something I talk a lot, in my classes, that uh, you have to be positive, because it's connected. If you feel positive, you're more confident, or if you're confident, the positiveness will be full of positiveness. And then personally, I believe that if you're in a negative state of mind, and you attract your whole the wavelength and the frequencies, that's wave frequencies and wavelength, the energies coming out of your body, they, if you're in a negative state of mind, they attract negative energy around you. But other way around, if you're in a positive state of mind, you attract the positiveness of the world around you. That's something which is not scientifically proved, but if you believe in that, so it happens. The You can say the other forces will help you if you're in a positive state of mind. But if you're negative state of mind, you in a negative state, and things around you will start getting negative. Not just that, if you're in a negative state of mind, you're frustrated, you're anxious, you're panicked, so you're not able to do the deep thinking in exam. So you have done all the concepts, they're in your mind, somewhere deep in your mind. So to recall them, to take them out on the surface, you have your the negativeness, or the negative thoughts, or your stress level and the anxiety. It has to be down, it has to be less, then only you can pull out the concept, then only you can be at best. So though it's very difficult, but you have to try it. So whenever you are in a negative state of mind, you just first of all believe that this is negative, this is not going to help you, this will further you know deteriorate your performance in exam. So try to move away from it. Be smart. If somebody is going to cheat you, and know that, you obviously move away from that situation or from the person. Same here. Somebody is going to cheat you, negativity is going to affect you, so try to move away from it. Don't get carried away. Just don't make it your escapism, that negative hai to sometimes you start drawing your energy from the negativity. So don't do that, because it's not going to help you in exam. And then some of the tips I'll mention here, which will help you on the day of the exam, during the exam. So first is the time management. Time management is very very important. I'm sure you have been trying to do that in exams you give mock exams you're giving or you gave earlier, first of all, how much time you're going to spend on each subject. So generally the rule says that, or logic says that mathematics needs more time because you have to solve each and every question. And chemistry is based on facts, so if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. So try to spend 50 minutes on chemistry, and and around 55 minutes on physics, or 50 to 55 minutes on physics based on the level of the paper, and keep at least 70 minutes for mathematics. 75 would be the ideal, but 70 at least. So that division is should be there. That's why it is recommended that you do chemistry first, whatever you know you do it, and then physics, and then mathematics at the end. बट ये नहीं होना चाहिए मैथमेटिक्स में जब तक आए आधा घंटा बचा या 45 minutes, एंड इफ यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ टाइम लेफ्ट ओवर फॉर मैथमेटिक्स विल गेट पैनिक. क्वेश्चन आते भी होंगे तो आपको टाइम कम है चक्कर में यू गेट पैनिक एंड यू नॉट गोइंग टू डू गुड. So make sure that you have to have a watch, and you keep a sense of time during the exam. Other thing people do mistake is they stick to one question and keep doing that. तो उनको सेंस ही नहीं होती है कि अरे क्वेश्चन में करते जा रहे हैं 5 मिनट लगा देंगे, 10 मिनट लगा देंगे. बाय द टाइम दे कम आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन तो हुआ नहीं है. ये हो भी गया तो क्या फ़ायदा, 10 मिनट लगा दिए इस क्वेश्चन में. तो जनरली इतना टाइम लगेगा तो नहीं होगा क्वेश्चन. वो आप ट्राई कर रहे हो, अटैम्प्ट कर रहे हो, अटैम्प्ट नहीं करना है बिकॉज देयर आर 30 क्वेश्चन एंड यू हैव लिमिटेड टाइम. So it's very difficult to only the considering the average and above average level, it is very difficult to score more than 20-22 questions. So anyway you are going to leave. Again, I'm talking above average level. I'm not talking of that level where people can do 26-27 question, where less number of students are into that category. But generally if you have to leave 6, 7, 8 questions, so एक दो क्वेश्चन अगर आइडिया नहीं आ रहा है तो मैं अटको मत, क्योंकि लास्ट में टाइम कम पड़ेगा ही आपका. कंफर्टेबली 30 क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते आप 75 minutes में, unless you have a very good speed. So that way be careful, don't spend too much time on a question. Just maybe 2-3 minutes, just realize that whether you know it or not, you know the concept or not. Don't try to solve it. You can mark that question and come back at a later stage, but at that point of time, don't just stuck into that question. So that's that we have to be careful, and to strengthen your mind, in the last few days also you can keep circulating that there's a feeling, a mind feeling banali. You're sitting in the exam, giving exam, first 50 minutes chemistry, and then 55, and then the mathematics. तो क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो, आप अटक गए हो, उसके अंदर आपने निकलना है और अटकना नहीं है. तो इफ़ यू कीप थिंकिंग अबाउट दिस एंड ट्राइंग टू गिव अ मैसेज टू योर माइंड, दैट माइंड यू नो विल वर्क एज अ क्लॉक, एज अ टाइमर, कि अगर क्वेश्चन में ज़्यादा टाइम लग रहा है तो क्या अगर नहीं है बाहर निकल रहे हैं. सो यू हैव टू कीप फ्यू टाइम्स अ डे यू कीप थिंकिंग अराउंड दिस कि मेरा ऐसे एग्जाम में बैठा हूँ और मैं कर रहा हूँ, और मैं 2-3 मिनट में रियलाइज़ होना चाहिए, रियलाइजेशन है कि मुझे अगले क्वेश्चन पे जाना है. So other thing is, people generally, when especially mains exam, they can do a lot of questions. Generally, the mains exam, the real mains exam is comparatively easier than the mock exam we take. So they when they start attempting the question and they're able to do it, so they get excited, and in excitement they do start doing mistakes. और मिस्टेक क्या होगा कि अगर आपने आंसर कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक करी है या क्वेश्चन आपने गलत पढ़ लिया, you know the your solution will not match with the choice, and then you have to do it again, and generally you don't have a time to look at your solution and find the mistake. You have to do it again only. So when you're doing it for the first time, you have to do it with a full concentration, especially those who do a lot of mistakes. So that is something you can again do with messaging, passing messaging messages to your mind before the exam in next 3-4 days, that I have to do with full concentration. I cannot do calculation mistake. When I solve a question, I have to be very much aware of that. Just try to be there. And maybe while solving the question, you can think, am I doing right? Am I doing with full concentration? Mistake नहीं करनी है क्वेश्चन में. तो अगर आप इस तरह के, if you're aware that you can do mistakes and you don't have to do mistakes, you cut down on your mistakes. दैट्स अ सिंपल फंडामेंटल रूल. तेरे को पता है मिस्टेक करता हूँ मैं, और मुझे आज मिस्टेक बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है, तो मिस्टेक अपने आप कम हो जाएंगे. अवेयरनेस से मिस्टेक कम होती है. सो जनरली टिपिकल मिस्टेक्स आर द कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक्स एंड द रीड द क्वेश्चन लेस. या क्वेश्चन पढ़ा, उसमें देखा नहीं कि इन्फॉर्मेशन ज़्यादा दी हुई है, कम इन्फॉर्मेशन से करने लगा है. सो दोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. So be careful about this. Third is, don't panic and don't rush. Right? Don't panic. When a panic means that sometimes you start 2-3 questions and you're not able to do it. Generally, it happens less in mains exam, but more in advanced exam. But assuming like continuously 2 questions are difficult and you're not able to do it, and whereas the conditioning, you are I also showed you all the past papers, and you have a realization questions are easy, but suddenly 2 questions got difficult. तो वहाँ पे जो पैनिकनेस आएगी, मेरे से हो नहीं रहा, मेरा क्या होगा, जो नर्वसनेस, योर हैंड्स आर शेकिंग एंड ऑल, just try to control that. If it is difficult for you, it is difficult for everyone. Believe me, it's not that you are the one who find question difficult. So that you have to come out of the state as soon as possible. So don't panic and don't rush. When I say rush, exam is easy, क्वेश्चन हो रहे हैं आपसे, एक के बाद इतनी स्पीड पकड़ ली आपने कि गलती पे गलती करे चले जा रहे हैं, वो भी नहीं करना है। अगर क्वेश्चन हो रहे हैं तो इतना ओवर रश करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ धीरे करना है जल्दी है, बट ओवर रश करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, जल्दी 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 जल्दी। बिकॉज इफ़ यू डू, फिर दो बार तीन बार करना पड़ेगा, क्वेश्चन को मिस्टेक ढूंढनी पड़ेगी। एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू, you will have also experienced that when you do solve a question and answer doesn't match and you think you have done it right, तो वो जो मतलब एक अजीब सी फ्रस्ट्रेशन आती है, और टाइम भी निकल गया और हुआ भी नहीं, मैच भी नहीं किया, तो वो अवॉइड करनी है। तो रश करना है, इतना रश नहीं करना कि वी आर सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस रॉन्ग। And then control your stress and anxiety. It happens very difficult to do that. You'll get nervous, hands will shake, you'll start losing your breath. So in that case, I've told you earlier also that try to do the deep breathing, and even in the next 4 days, whenever you feel anxious, you can do that deep and slow breathing. It really does magic. You inhale, take your breath inside deep, and then exhale slow and deep. Inhale. So if you can try it now. If you can try it now. If you do it 10 times, just it's very difficult to do it. Very difficult to do it. तो एक दो के बाद ही कंसंट्रेशन वीक हो जाएगी और अब से होना बंद हो जाएगा. बट यू ट्राई टू डू इट. इफ यू डू इट 10 times, just focus on your breath, inside, outside. You'll feel a different kind of energy or different kind of relaxation. So do that. So it really helps when you get anxious. Right? करना, और जितने anxious है उतना करना मुश्किल होता है. So you need some practice. So you have few days to practice that. So try to do that and it will really help when you become anxious. ऐसे आप चेक करोगे मेरा एडवांटेज हुआ नहीं हुआ, करने के बाद तो नहीं पता चलेगा. इट्स अ माइंड थिंग कि मैंने ब्रेथ कर लिया और मेरे को एडवांटेज तो हुआ नहीं. इफ यू जस्ट डू दिस काइंड ऑफ पुट अ चेक, it's not going to help. It happens inside your mind. With the body, you can at least you can feel that your body got relaxed, that you can feel. Mind gets relaxed, or mind gets less anxious. This is difficult to figure out, but body, you can feel that. So this positive state of mind, I already mentioned you what you have to be in a positive state of mind in next 4 days. But that's true for the exam day also. In the morning when you get up, anxiety will come, but be positive. I'll do good today. I have done preparation. I'll do good today. अच्छा मेरा एग्ज़ाम अच्छा होगा. Right? And then whatever you want to say, the God is with me or your parents are with you, so whatever but only positive thoughts. And so this way, if you behave that way, you'll attract the positive energy around you. Last is, this is something people don't, especially the young people like you, they don't listen. But you have to, when you go in exam, you have to carry water bottle with you, or you have to carry the better from water bottle. If you can carry energy drink, it's more helpful, whatever energy drink you take. Right? Even a lemon water would be okay, but if you have your energy drink, which can increase your energy in the exam, right? Maybe some even the glucose powder or liquid, powder and liquid would also be good. But something little above water, which can give you instant energy in your body. So that really helps. So take that along with you, and whenever you will nervous, you can have that energy. Or fatigue, if this fatigue is coming, you can have that energy. You can have that energy drink. And then finally, uh, I want to wish you best of luck from my side, from everyone who is working in Vidya Mandir. You have worked so hard, and everyone who's on our side have also worked hard for you. So best of luck for the exam. Be positive, be relaxed, don't stress out. Everything will be okay. Thank you so much.